Hi, this is Paula Bernier, Executive Editor at TMC. I'm here at ITEXPO West in Austin, and I'm speaking with Ross Barton, an attorney at Alston Bird. Welcome.
Thank you.
I understand that you were involved in the Suits conference co-located with ITEXPO here this week. Can you tell us a little bit about Suits?
Absolutely. It's a conference that brings together professionals in the IP litigation side and patent prosecution side, attorneys, patent attorneys in particular, and folks from the industry, from the telecom industry. And I think one of the main goals of the conference is to enable people in the industry to kind of get a better understanding of what it is we do, how it impacts their business, how it impacts their best practices, and really to help get their feet underneath them as they grow a company from a smaller company into a bigger company, and to understand the role and sometimes vital and perhaps frightening role that patents and IP protection can play.
Right. And in the intellectual property arena, we recently saw a big ruling in Apple's favor between Apple and Samsung. What are your thoughts on that ruling, and what do you think it means for the industry at large?
Well, I think any of these rulings, there's a number of cases going on, and I think they all have to be taken in context as part of the larger battle. Obviously, there's cases going on in Germany and in the United States, in the ITC, and district courts. So there's a lot of action going on right now in that particular space. And any one verdict probably isn't going to seal the deal one way or the other. But I think what it does do is it brings to the forefront some of the issues that we're facing in IP litigation and IP law today, which is what's patentable and what should be patentable. And to the extent those two don't necessarily overlap, what are the kind of policy issues that arise there? And I think you look at that verdict and the patents that were at issue in the Apple-Samsung litigation, and you have a lot of people, software people, hardware and industrial design people who look at the patents and the technology and they say, how is that patentable? How is that something they can protect? And if anything, at least, it's probably opening people's eyes to the full range of I guess, protection that they may be entitled to. Things that software engineers may say, well, I've seen that done, and that's not patentable, or I don't think that should be patentable, that may in fact be patentable. So I think at least from raising the public awareness of patent issues and IP issues, it's been probably a good thing from a public awareness standpoint, setting aside where you come down on the battle between the two companies.
Right. And there's sort of been a land grab in recent months for intellectual property. So beyond just acquiring more patents, what else can businesses do to kind of protect themselves and prepare themselves for possible IP challenges?
That's a good question, and it's a hard one to answer. I think the best companies are the ones that take a long-term strategic approach to protecting themselves. There are companies out there who spend years and really a lot of money developing a defensive patent portfolio that allows them to stave off any sort of kind of offensive attacks from either trolls or from other corporations, peer entities, for example. The sad reality, I think, is that at a certain point in a company's life cycle, when you get successful enough and you make enough money and your profile is elevated to a certain level, you're probably going to be subject to at least demands and patent litigation licensing demands. And so the best thing you could do is be aware of what that means in terms of having counsel that's ready to litigate it if it comes to that, or just having engineers who are ready to work on design arounds and to get around the other blocking IPRs that are out there. So there's a lot of things you can do, but it definitely, it's going to take some time, thought, and frankly, some money.
Great. All right, well, thank you very much. Again, this is Paula Bernier with TMC at ITEXPO Austin. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you all in Miami.